You're going to have to, in this lesson, graph lines, or linear equations, and multiple ones. And one of the things you have to do when you do that is you're going to have to take some standard form linear equations and turn them into what we call slope-intercept forms of linear equations. Now, the way to do that, I'm going to demonstrate. Now, what do I mean by standard form? What do I mean by slope-intercept? Well, let's look. The standard form for a linear equation is this: a times x plus b times y equals c, where a, b, and c are any integer. It could be negative 1, 2, or 3, could be 0, could be positive 1, 2, or 3, but there are no fractions. If we're given one with fractions, there's a way to get out of that, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll remind you how to do that. You've already been taught how to do that. I'll remind you. Okay. So let's come up with one. How about this one? How about 2x minus 3y equals 4. Okay? Do this, follow along with me, do this on paper. The first line you should write down is this one here. 2x minus 3y equals 4. By the way, if I go too fast for you, you can always pause this video, or you can rewind it. You can go back a little bit and catch what it was I already said. All right, so I want to get my x over to this side. I want to get my y all alone, because the slope-intercept format has y equals mx plus b. So how do I get that over there? I get rid of it from this side. If I get rid of it from this side, I have to put it over here. Right? And that's gone there. That's a 0. What's left here is negative 3y. Don't ignore the negative sign. It's necessary. 2x is a number in and of itself, but we don't know what it is. It's undefined, so I have a minus 2x, and I have a positive 4. Okay? Follow along. Now, I want to get my y all alone, because you notice the y down here doesn't have a coefficient. Well, neither will this one when we're done. Divide by minus 3, and then we do that to the other side of the equation. I'm going to do it to both parts because I'm distributing that minus 1/3 that I'm multiplying. It's distribution. So I'm distributing the division to both parts of that. This cancels. A negative divided by a negative becomes a positive. A positive divided by a negative becomes a negative. So I'm adding a negative number. That means I've got a subtraction. All right, what do I have left? Well, what's left is y equals 2/3 x minus 4/3. All right. And there's your answer to this problem. Now, give you a clue. Question 1 on your quiz yourself is very similar to this. Very similar. What you need to do is you need to plug in the numbers that come out of that question 1, plug them right into there. And I can do almost anything with this. I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but I know it's very similar. All right, what is this y equals mx plus b? Well, the m is the slope. That's the change in y over the change in x. I'll show you when we do the graphing how to do that. And in this case, the negative 4/3, because it's plus b. So if it's plus b, that means it's a plus negative 4/3. The negative 4/3 is what they call the y-intercept. I will show you when we graph how to turn this guy here into a graph, a line on a graph. All right, so practice it on paper. If you want, I'll send you down some other examples. There's examples in the book for you to solve. All right, the next one will be about how to graph.